Alright, so we're here now to upgrade the screw factory. For the people that just kind of want to see what it looks like at the end, as I've been doing, I'll put the time code for just like the factory overview. But for the rest of us, we're actually starting a little unusually. For most of these I've been coming and it's been, open, but this one isn't closed already. That's because, as previously mentioned, I had this set up. Of course, now there's going to be an autosave. But this was the temporary screw factory. All I basically did was, I was going to autosave, of course, basically upgrade the belts and switch the recipes. So I went from using the rods to make screws to using steel beams to make screws. That's all I did. So this is what it looks like. There's 2 floors of this. And yeah, that's your recipe there. So what we're gonna do, I actually need to fly over here. Okay. So we're actually gonna pretty simple idea I had. We need these hex frames walls. Switch these over to hex frames. Maybe like that. Let's see. Yeah, so the idea is this orange part on the main factory is going to look similar to the way the bins look for the screws. Why this is here? Of course, there's a
I strongly advise you to harvest this specimen.
So for this part, like I said, this will be simple. I may even do all this on camera, depending how long it takes. So then, that's fine. Even if it's going through like the wall like that, I don't really care. It goes more back to what I was saying, where they need to. Similar to what they did with the roof. They need to make the floor. This conveyor floor hole. They need to just do that with the walls. So now that we're here, I think what we're gonna do. Is a little something like that. See, this might just be an order of operations kind of thing. That thing buildable's already here. Oh. Because the wall is there. I may just leave it open. I don't like that I have to do that. But see, it won't let me do it because actually, how's that look? Oh, you wouldn't even notice that. That's the way we're doing it. I think there's always a workaround. Yeah, you wouldn't even notice that unless you're looking for it. Get rid of these. Actually, something I realized in the last episode and this one, I was going over the to-do list and like going through like what alternate recipes I wanted to use because I wanted to make sure I had everything. And it turns out that yeah. So actually, that's So that orange outline is somewhat similar to what those blue ones look like. Not really. Actually, I know how to do these similar. That will do for there. See, this is honestly too. This is a lot of the way I figure out my design for things. So I don't approach it like I have a general sense of what I want to do. Yeah, that looks good. No. But so the realization I came through is, or two, is that these last two factories being the screw one and the rod one are actually not going to be necessary. With the alternate recipes I'm using, actually eliminates the need for rods and like pure rods and screws. That being said, so these I want to do. So that, I'll do to there. I'll do flat. Flat to there, I guess. But yeah, because of alternate recipes, basically these past two factories have been kind of pointless. Pointless in our quest to get to the our next like checkpoint, which is going to be the heavy modular frames. Not pointless in the sense that like I do still need rods. Like I use rods are still important in a bunch of different recipes that I need occasionally. Alright, this one will just do two. For like, like railings and the walkways and stuff. And screws have their purpose every now and again. But what I'll do, basically the two factories are just going to be servicing the rotor one. So I think that's the only one at this point that needs screws and rods. So then once I upgrade the rotor factory, then I'll get rid of them. Those corners. I think in the middle too. Well, at least get rid of the trains. We're not going to get rid of the factories. I should make that clear. And what I think too is, so when we get to modular frames, that's going to be like the first test of this power grid I have, and then the second test is going to be the heavy modular frames. I don't think we're going to have the power for that. The distance on the grab when you're hovering like this is insane. So, but we'll get, when it comes time for the power upgrade, that's when I'm going to do the big plastic factory in the north, on the Spire Coast. But we're not there yet. Right now we're making screws. This is more or less what I had for the idea. Let me see if there's any flourishes I want to add to it. Maybe just... yeah, just one like that, and then one See, every now and then it's those little tiny things you add. Yeah, that looks good. But then there's also, we're not done yet. Because even though everything's built and all that, I had an idea. I want architecture. It's a big frame. Line with that. I want it to be, say, about there. Do that. I want this one centered. Like that. Because now what we're going to do, walls, the zoom off. 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 2. It's the only thing I'm considering changing the color on, but I don't think I will. Because that should hopefully look like one of those little screw things. Because now the next thing we're going to do, beam connector. Now I want small pillar support, beam support. Go up. Go about there. Freeform. Okay. It's gonna be a little difficult. I'll do like that. Please don't. I was hoping they would be on the diagonal like that. Do this. This is some big brain time here. I want a diagonal. I don't think I can. Everyone knows how to do that. I want them so the square with the beam. For right now, we'll just do with what we got. 2, right? Sorry I keep getting quiet. I'm like figuring, like I said, I'm figuring stuff out as we're going. How would you attach? Come on. That's good enough. Similar to like, excuse me, like the last, the rod factory. I actually have a idea for a name for this one. So now, come out from here. Go by like, I think that's too long. But yeah, so this and the steel beams are won't say pointless, but unneeded. So that means okay, actually, so I'm gonna make the same. No, I like the smaller size. But since these are unneeded, makes me feel a little bit better, I guess. Alright, I can't get these lined up well. That's okay. I'll do it like that. Snap points. 1, 2. Alright. Since these are unneeded, then I don't want to go too crazy on them. Especially after the next factory, which you guys are going to be seeing. But that one's insane. Yeah, so heavy modular frames are going to be the like true power test, but we'll have a slight one beforehand because regular module frames are going to take a lot. So I'm gonna go VVV, which isn't working. This should all say T. I don't like it. I'm gonna call it the screw bin, because it's making these bins full of screws, clearly. So actually, after next time, which is the reinforced industrial plates, we got to do. We have to do steel pipes. It's causing all kinds of traffic jams. There'll be. So let's see this. No, okay, I don't think so. Yeah, do that. It's causing all kinds of. Which we'll call traffic jams. That's what I wanted. That was the W. D. Ooh, I like the way that came out. I wish it was a little bit lower. That is actually exactly how I was hoping the thing would look. Let's see. That's a. The problem with the pipes is actually I do have kind of an idea, but yeah, I didn't look into the alternate recipes for everything. Yeah, that looks really. Ooh, I really like that. Yeah, honestly. But I didn't look into the alternate recipe when planning stuff, so steel beams are next then. Modular frames, encased, and then the big one. So we're getting there. Yeah, that looks good. Oh. As we're flying through. So I don't have much else to really do here. These flourishes on the other side. But before we do the heavy modular frames, I gotta redo the power system. So I still have like the main power station is in like by where the original base was. I don't go there anymore. In case people are interested too, the way I do it where these can just sit here, because you gotta put a bypass. You can, I saw this on Reddit. Hold on. So you can actually put this here, and the train can get through here and not collide. So that's where I have my bypass for here. Yeah, it's fine. Oh. But yes, you know what we could do? We could work on this. This is becoming permanent. So I can show you how we set the signs up here. Not like that. But yeah, then. That was the other thing I wanted to mention. So I've been anxious about, I guess would be the right way to say it, about the, sounds like... I've been anxious about build limit. Like, I think I'm gonna hit it, and all this other stuff. Because you can have 2.1, for those that don't know, you can have like 2.1 million placed objects. Okay. Those are the billboard signs. I gotta get the, what are they even called? These things. Crystal oscillators to put on. This is done. But to finish my thought, 2.1 million is the build limit for placeable objects. That's just a result of, I think, the Unreal Engine 4 that they use to play this on. So, I'm hoping to at least get all the stuff for computers and stuff, maybe even supercomputers, and if I get to that point and then hit it, I'll be alright. And what I'll do at that point is I'll just... Basically, I'm going to come back to these older factories and remove the foundation and the walls and all the decorative stuff. So it'll just be floating machines with electricity going to floating platforms. I know that won't look as good, but that'll be my workaround to get to the higher end stuff. Because I have a lot of, like, you know, some of the big buildings that I've been making use a lot of walls and foundations, so I think I should at least be able to get to that point. But yeah, so that's the screw factory. So let's show it off here to those returning us to us. Actually, I'm not even gonna cut. We're here already, so we got our placement for our billboards here. I will get them shortly. The sign, which actually looks great. I love the way that came out. Figure. So I'm going to be seeing it from here. Yeah, I still do wish it was down a little bit, but that's okay. For a simple little sign. Then we got our kind of shed here. Shed barn thing. That's the other name, I guess. Yeah, I still like Ben. The implications are too good to get rid of. But our barn-looking thing with our glass for the second floor that you can kind of see resembles the same shape as the bins that the screws come in, which is why it's called that. And yeah, just a simple input of flying here so people can see. It's 4 rows of 4 constructors using the steel screw recipe, where it's 1 steel beam to 52 screws. So I think technically it comes to like 3.1 something. So we can math. So I have an 80. Ugh. That ain't good. 260 a minute. So 780 divided by 2. Oh, it comes to exactly 3. So I didn't need 4. But I think 4 is the result of when it was the temporary screw factory. But that's fine. So that's what it looks like on both levels. And then it just outputs here. It's still going to be screw 1 because it's still the same factory, except I didn't tear it down and then rebuild it. But, yeah, I think that's about it. Looks like it was a quick and simple conversion. And, actually what took the longest was emptying the rods out from the original recipe. But, yeah, besides that, I guess I'll see everyone later.